very first solo business trip to the city so nice they named it twice. New York, New York. I will be attending the Fred Leadership Forum, which is a gathering of an influential community of global leaders who are trying to change the world through ethical, inclusive and transformational leadership. Theme of the conference, Inspiring Voices.
First thing of all is follow your heart, because that's the strongest connection to the earth.
So lucky me that I had a little warm-up with an inspiring voice next to me during my flight to the Big Apple. I decided to look for more inspiring voices in this city. During the conference, I'll be staying at the famous Empire Hotel, which was featured in major millennial TV show Gossip Girl. Unfortunately, to me, the famous rooftop bar was a bit of an anticlimax. However, I did get a warm welcome at the Fred opening cocktail party.
I'm underage in America, in Europe I'm not.
Well, you don't need to tell anybody, just take a drink.
A city trip is not a city trip without a good women-to-women blind meetup, so I met up with Emily, who lives and studies in New York City. This trip was full of new experiences. I loved running in Central Park, only because it was Central Park. And maybe also because they finally recognized me here.
Beyonce. My name is Jay-Z.
During the conference, we also went on a leadership quest to visit purpose-driven organizations all across New York City. Me and my group went to the Center for Social Innovation, which is a co-working space for people who are trying to save the world. I found out that they also house Dutch social enterprise Dapper, who we all know here in the Netherlands.
Just gonna sneak in their office.
They really made me feel at home. But why is this workplace in general the perfect workplace for the next generation? I asked Mia.
First is the aesthetics. It looks amazing. It's so eclectic.
It's very Tumblr, right?
Like just like Pinterest and everything's just so cute and eclectic, and then you find out the story behind it and how it's all refurbished, repurposed material, which speaks to the whole ethos of this place. It's also the energy that's here. It's all people wanting to help people. There is no competition. There is no need to get ahead. I think that's the real thing, is that then my generation, which was right before yours, and then your generation, I feel, is like we're tired of this constant competition, this constant need to be the best. You know, it's like what happened to just helping each other out, because we're all humans.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what this place is all about, is like, what can we do to help each other out? Because if one person wins, we all win.
Yeah.
Then I went fangirling over another inspiring voice. Solange gave a raw performance celebrating diversity and embracing different facets of yourself. The morning after, it was my turn to jump on stage, and it was time for my contribution to the Fred Forum, besides eating all the good food, of course.
Many of us in large corporations have been spending a lot of time thinking about millennials, right? Can I have a raise of hands of how many of you have been wrestling with that problem? Lots, right? Leska's going to be giving us a slightly different perspective. She's going to be talking about the generation following millennials. And I dare say, Leska, you're probably the youngest person here at Fred, and probably the youngest speaker we've had at Fred. Would you say that's so? More importantly, when Rocky met Leska, what he realized is that she is part of our tribe already.
Are these all the millennials we have in the room? So millennial? The people in the audience were surprisingly delighted to learn from a 19-year-old, but likewise I've also learned a lot from them. Tiffany Ray Fisher is the artistic director at Elisa Monte Dance, and we talked about the importance of involving different forms of art within the corporate, well, actually within any field.
We're going towards a gig economy, and artists have always been gig. We know how to do this, and so while everyone else is freaking out because their institutions no longer support them, and you can't get everything from this one place, we've never looked for one thing to give it to us. We've had to go out to look for that fulfillment and to be able to pull lots of things together to make it work. We had art and culture before we had the wheel, right?
Yeah.
Like it's part of us. So it shouldn't be something that's thought of as other. It is our culture. It is like our global culture, not our American culture, not our Dutch culture, but our global culture is through singing, dancing, theater, expression.
I've also learned a lot from Richard Kimball, aka Rocky, co-founder of Fred.
In 2009, social psychologist Rocky Kimball and executive development consultant Jim Bolt started a movement whose purpose was to inspire and serve as a catalyst for the development of moral and inclusive leadership in corporations, education.
And we create an alchemy that's unusual for any one of these particular demographics. And magical things happen. It's creating a context for other people to achieve their full potential.
I find like if I go dancing in a nightclub for 3 hours, that's meditation for me. If you look at like quantum mechanics, it's saying the same stuff as Zen Buddhism, so really it all folds back together. So yeah, that's how it connects to spirituality for me, is it just lets you connect to other people.
It was an intense week, but luckily I managed to find some real relaxation within this big metropolitan.
This is really my jam. How did you know that?
I don't know.
That's your boy Just Right from Brooklyn, New York, man. Shout out to the Netherlands, man. You know what I mean? Google me, baby. I'm everywhere, man. You see me, young, fly, flashy. You know what I mean?
This place. Can you imagine how much electricity?
Even though I was a little bit overwhelmed by the city, I learned that just as every separate skyscraper is connected to all the others by a strong power network, every individual being in this big metropolitan might be as well.